I'm going to be trying to survive 100 days on the flat map starting with $0. That means no loans, no leases. I have to buy every piece of equipment. Now I am going to be starting with a hand pushable mower and a hand pushable forge wagon just so I can get the ball rolling with cutting grass. Now when I say this map has absolutely nothing with literally only open fields in every which way direction, I mean it. And if you enjoyed part 1, you're going to love this part of the series because we just go from a few fields to silages, greenhouses, and we end up having goats in the end of it as well. I'm super excited to see just how far we can take this, and if you guys enjoy these kind of series, make sure you hit the subscribe button, as I appreciate each and every one of you who do take just a quick second to do that. With that being said, guys, let's go ahead and jump into this series. Day 19 is here. Now is the day to harvest. So first time growing canola, so didn't quite know that the yellow was not ready to harvest. This is ready to harvest. So 100% fertilized, ready to go, 97% yield bonus, so we should be ready to actually harvest now. So we're gonna get the ball rolling with that now, and yeah, go from there. But that field and that field over there are looking pretty good too. All right, we're gonna get the worker going on this field. There we go, no problems this time around. Let's see, let's make sure he lines us up. There we go. All right, let's see, take a look around this side. Lowering it, looking good. All right, and off he goes. He is now collecting our canola. Looks like he's get out the back, that's what we want. Perfect. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get the trailer ready to unload that, because again, if you remember, that harvester does not hold hardly anything. So let's get that rolling. So it looks like one strip down is going to fill up about 40%-ish, maybe 41%, but I'm going to end up following him back down with the tractor here, the trailer. That way we can follow on that. Once we finish down the line, I am actually going to go ahead and cut some more grass and get our silage filled up, because that extra money definitely does help. Okay, their grain bin is 100% full now, so let's go ahead and dump this into here. This is going to be our first canola trailer fill, so I'm curious to see how much we end up making with the canola. Now, again, guys, eventually I would like to get some silos and store our canola and wheat and things like that until it reaches its high price. But for now, since we're only about 20,000, we're probably just going to have to sell it off. So a full harvester of that is about 18%. So we're going to hold off on that because I do want to see what a full trailer amount is. Now, just like last time, we are going to go ahead and get our silage filled up from our lawnmower here. Let that fill up so that we can bring some extra money in from it. First load into the silage is done. Let's go ahead and get a second one. Real quick, we got to take a pause on our mowing and go ahead and go empty up the harvester because it is full. Our worker just sent me a notification, said, hey, the harvester is full. So let's go ahead and empty the harvester. Now I'm going to go ahead and do a loop around. That way, once he empties it, I can go ahead and follow them for a little bit longer and try and make it last just a bit more. Oh, and I just knocked him out of his line. Nice. All right, emptied into the trailer. Let's get it. Okay, we emptied it, putting us about 37%. I'm going to go ahead and follow along for just a little bit longer. That way we can try and not have to come out here and empty it again so soon, because we need to get our silage tank filled up. So hopefully that will work out. Oop, going a little sideways there. Okay, emptied up the harvester, putting us about 42%. Let's jump back into our lawnmower. Okay, with our lawnmower unloading into the silage, getting that full, our harvester over there going, I think we go ahead and get our house done too. So we're gonna go ahead and do just a small house for now. I don't want to get too big with it. I think we'll go ahead and put it over here, somewhere over here on this side, because I do want to get out of the shed and things like that. But for now, let's get out of our tent and get a house made. Now, looking at our affordable options here, there's not a whole lot. Everything is super expensive. I would like to get this one, but it's 10,000 and we just really don't need it. So for now, we're going to do this cheap little $10,000 one. It's not much. I know, but it'll do the job for now. We'll eventually sell it off and get something. So for now, we're going to put it about, let's see, right about here. Now, it's not going to be the prettiest, but that's okay. We're going for efficiency at the moment. We're going to also throw in some gravel here as well. Put it behind the house. Come over a bit. Come over to the dirt. There we go. I like that. Fill this in a little bit. Perfect. Get that all nice and even. Having to kind of even this up a little bit. Went a little bit farther than I wanted, but all right, there we go. Nice and even. Now, it wouldn't be a house without a fence around it. So, oh, we just got notified our tank is full. Let's go ahead and handle that real quick. We're just gonna jump in the tractor right here real quick and go ahead and empty out that harvester for him. All right, with that harvester emptied out, that's putting our trailer at 61%. So not too bad. I'm excited to see how much we get with the full trailer. Okay, there it is, boys. From a tent to a small house, I'll take that upgrade any day. let's go ahead and make it a little bit nice over here. Add some more stuff to it. We're going to add this fence line right here. So let's try and line this up real good. Let's see. We'll go right here. All right. And we're going to run it around the back right there for now. 3,000. Oh my gosh. Fences are expensive, boys. Did not realize that going into this. Let's put it right there. Perfect. Then we're going to do one from here to about, let's go with right there. All right, we're not going to do too much because, yeah, that was pretty expensive for just that, for that little bit of fence there. But it looks so much better already. I like the fence look. Perfect. Now, one more thing I was thinking about was we needed to add some lighting, and I think for now I want to go with, I think this one. I thought about that one or this one. Let's see if that one sits right about here. I want to kind of put on each side of the shed. Like that one may blend in a little bit better. Maybe back there. Yeah, we're gonna go with this one because it's for the price. I mean, we're supposed to be getting light in all the directions. So I think that will probably benefit us more for now. Because again, we will adjust this at some point. I don't want to have it in the way. Okay, we're going to put this one right about here. And then we will do one over here as well. Just to have two, one on each side. I think that'll be the best look. Okay, so 2 lights right there. Perfect. I think that looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. We got our house, got our lights, got our fence. A little bit of improvements. Again, we're going to adjust this as time goes on, but we just need a little something in the works there. And of course, like usual, having this small harvester, guys, we're going to go ahead and empty it out again. And I will say, it looks like we are getting close to halfway full of this field. Now, we're down to $14,000 after our little improvements there, a little house upgrade, but we can sell a couple things as well. And after that load, we're going to bring us to 80%, so we're getting close. We'll go ahead and leave this right here. And now, since we spent some money on all of that, we definitely should go and get our silage 100% full again. So we'll go ahead and do a couple strips here and fill our mower up, drop it off of the silage. All right, we're going to check the silage here. We've got 8,800, so pretty much full. I say we'll go ahead and do one more load on the lawnmower. That probably needs to be emptied out as well. And yeah, rinse and repeat. So let's go ahead and get this harvester emptied so we can finish up this field. We're currently at 80% on the trailer, not too bad. And I have an idea, guys. I got a new thing I want to try and see if it works, if I can line this up. Okay, this has been emptied off. We'll go ahead and pop on the worker there. This is going to bring our trailer to 98% full. And I say we go ahead and empty it. Let's go ahead and see how much we're going to get right now for this canola. Super excited. And with the money we get from this, guys, I have a pretty good idea. One of you guys commented on my last video of this series and recommended we do more silage. So with that being said, I think it's a great idea. We've got a lot of grass, basically free grass. So we're going to definitely do that here in just a moment. We also need to get rid of that tent because we no longer need that either. So there it goes. We are emptying our first trailer of canola. It was 98% full, so not 100%, but close enough. And right now we have about 20% left. Let's see. What are we going to end up with? 14,253. That's what I'm talking about. Way better than wheat. Now with 30,000 in our pocket, we've got some money to do some things with. Okay, boys, so like we were saying, this silage is not going to cut anymore. It was good for the beginning, but it's time to upgrade. So before we do that, let's go ahead and sell this tent off. So right here is our tent. Let's sell that, $23. Not a whole lot, but it's something. And then I got to thinking, since house is over here, I'm thinking fields around it. Eventually we'll do cattle out this way or something of that sort. So for now, what I want to do is go ahead and extend this road forward. So we're just going to go forward with it right about here. Something like that will make it a little bit cleaner, a little bit nicer, if that's even a thing. All right, there's the road. Perfect. And then for our silage, we're going to be using this bunker here. It's going to be an 8x22. I think this one will work out pretty good. Let's try and line it up with our field here. We'll leave a little space from the field in case we need to go back and forth there. So we'll do it right about there. Perfect. And it was only $500. So we are going to start with just the one and then possibly move into doing multiple or just make this one bigger. I'm not sure. I didn't want to start too big until we figure out how this works exactly, because this is going to be one of my first times trying the bunkers. So let's try it. One thing I do want to do, though, is fill the dirt in right here. Perfect. That way it kind of goes to it. All right. That looks better. And then obviously with our money, we're at 29,000, which means we could, guys, technically buy a mower and possibly a forage wagon. So before we do that, though, let's go ahead and try our basic lawnmower because we've already got it and see how this goes with it. If it's not too bad, we'll stick with it for a minute, but I definitely do want to get a mower and then a forage wagon to fill that up. And off we go. It's getting a little dark here on the farm right now, so we may have to call it an early day and then get that silage going tomorrow. So I think we'll do that once we get back. And real quick, before we call it a day, check it out. Our lights look pretty good. Nice little ambiance here around the shed. Like that. Also the house. Some of you guys were asking too what the inside of the house looks like, and this is it right here. We have our couch to the left, a bathroom, a little kitchen, and a little dining room table. So perfect for me. I'm gonna call tonight here on the couch and start the new day. Well, boys, it is day 20 here on the farm. Looking pretty good. Nice sunny day. Looks like he's still over there working. I'm sure that tank's going to need to be emptied out soon, but our lawnmower is full as well. So let's go ahead and dump that in our new silage bunker. Come around the corner right here, and then we're going to start, I guess, in the back. Again, I've never really done one of these before, so I'm not sure how this works, but let's try and center this out. And then we'll come closer to the back here, right about here, I guess. Let's try it. And then unload here. Is that gonna work? Nope, not working. Huh. Okay, let's see. Okay, so it's not letting me unload here for some reason. Let's see if it does it right here. Okay, that's a little strange. Huh. Okay, well, since it won't let me unload it from the mower into here, we might have to try the forage wagon sooner than I thought. So let's see what our options are. But real quick, before we do that, we're gonna go ahead and empty out the harvester as well. Okay, that's got our trailer full to about 38%. Now we may actually have to go ahead and sell this off to be able to get the forage wagon or forage trailer. We're gonna find out here in just a moment. Let's see here. Okay, so looking at our options, it looks like one of the best ones for us currently is gonna be this $30,000 one right here. We're not going to add the silage additive tank yet because we don't quite have enough money, but we do have enough to go ahead and grab this one. So let's try this. Now our tractor should be able to pull this no problem. I didn't pay attention, but I would imagine so. Let's go ahead and attach that right there. Perfect. We'll pull this over here. Now let's go ahead and jump in the lawnmower here. We're going to go and just empty it right here. So that way we can see it easier. Let this just go ahead and empty. It's kind of funny seeing this pile up like this. Again, not sure why it wasn't letting us put it in the bunker, but we're going to find out if the forage wagon will solve that problem. I may have made these piles a little too big, but that's okay. We're going to work with it. While this is doing this, though, I am going to go ahead and empty out the harvester once again, because that seems to be a common theme here with how small it is, but it is what it is. Okay, harvester emptied. Let's go ahead and see if this forage wagon's going to work. Forage trailer, I should say. Lawnmower is completely emptied. Hopefully that wasn't a mistake, and hopefully the trailer can actually go over that. Let's turn this off real quick. Again, never used one of these before, so this is going to be a little bit of a learning curve. Let's go ahead and line it up real quick, and let's see. We're going to turn on loading wagon, lower pickup. I think that's all I need to do. Let's go ahead and try and go over this now. Pretty big pile. Okay, looks like it's picking it up. Perfect, and it looks like this wagon, this trailer can hold a lot more than our lawnmower, but it's going over no problem, so that's good. And we'll go ahead and clean this up a little bit more too. Wow, 5,700 liters, and it's only at 35%, so we probably should have gotten this a lot sooner. Okay, so it is at 6,000 liters, only 37% full, so that's really nice. Moment of truth if this is going to work or not. We'll go ahead and just pull through right here, kind of come to the middle-ish of this side. Not sure exactly. I'm thinking it's just going to come out the back there. Turn off loading wagon, lift pickup, and unload here. Please work. Oh, yes, it's working. Okay, so we just couldn't do it with the lawnmower. All right, well, that's good news. I'm glad that worked. Okay, so yeah. That's not a whole lot. That was a full tank in the lawnmower, and only like just a little bit in the trailer. And yeah, so we've got some work ahead of us. We definitely need to get a bigger mower. So that's definitely what's gonna be up next. So let's work on that. So looking at mowers here, I think what we'll do is we'll start with this $13,000 one right here to put on hopefully the front of the tractor. I think I can handle it. Either the front or the back, and then eventually do this one. This one's going to definitely be on the back, so we can combine both of these together. I would do these two, but if they're a little bit more expensive, we could go cheap and get this 2-metered one, but I'd rather not. I think we're past that point of getting super cheap equipment. This one is a 3.9, so a little bit bigger than this one, but yeah, I think I like this combo set better. So yeah, that's what we're going to work towards. We're going to go ahead and sell off this silage pit here because we don't need this anymore. Probably this mower too, and also sell off our trailer full of canola and see if that's going to give us enough to do that. Let's go ahead and sell off this one here. It's going to give us almost 500 bucks, 467. And then if we sell off our John Deere, our 330, which has been with us for quite some time, This one's going to give us about $1,600-ish. So we'll go ahead and sell that off because we're not going to use it. Same thing with the deck. We'll go ahead and get rid of that. $302 there. And we don't need the vacuum either, which is going to be another $533. All right, that's going to bring our total to $3,800. Yeah, it looks like the harvester's ready to be emptied as well. So let's jump in here and go do that. All right, I went and followed him for just a minute there because we're going to go and sell this off and hopefully have enough for that mower. And we're going to go ahead and unload this, see how much we get for about an 80%-ish full trailer. Hopefully Canola is still paying really well. Perfect, $11,638. Not quite as much as last time. Granted, we weren't full, but still a great income nonetheless. We're at $15,000 now. Let's get that mower. We're going to go with this one right here. Should be able to attach on the front. Now, I'm pretty sure one of our tractors has that front loader thing, so, or 3-point, so we're going to find out. Now, I believe this tractor should be the one to be able to take this one. So let's see. Let's detach the trailer. Oh, we need to start engine. And then, yeah, hopefully this attaches without any issues. I didn't quite think of that, but we're going to find out. Just line it up right here. And perfect. Yes, it worked. Awesome. All right, we are in business. Let's see if we can attach the trailer behind us now too. So I'm basically going to swap the tractors now. We're gonna have this one do the trailer and that one do the mowing. Pop that on there right there. Perfect. And we'll go ahead and pull this just out of the way, get it ready to empty out our harvester over there, which this field is almost done. And if you notice, this field is ready to be harvested now. We line this up. I believe we should be able to do both of these. All right, looks like it's strong enough. It's pulling it so far. That's a good sign. Okay, we're going to start right here on this back field of grass. Now, again, guys, I've never done this before, so bear with me as this is going to be a little bit of a learning curve for me, but let's go ahead and start. We need to turn on our loading wagon, lower our pickup, and then we'll jump to the front. Unfold mower. Perfect. Looks like that front is unfolding. Then we're going to lower mower. Perfect. There we go. And then we're going to turn on mower. All right, looks like it started up. Beautiful. And here we go. Let's see what happens. Hopefully our tractor can handle it. That's a good sign. I'm going a straight line. Okay. Mower is cutting. And it looks like forge trailer is picking it up. We're at 5%. Now let's see. Are we leaving anything behind? No, it looks like it's actually lined up perfectly on the grass there. So heck yeah, boys, I think we're in business. This is going to be a game changer. And to think we started with the little old tractor, the John Deere lawnmower tractor, as they call it. And here we are. This is super, super exciting. Again, we're going to keep working on the fields like normal, but we're going to get our silage going as well. Because I've heard silage is a really good moneymaker. So let's go ahead and turn sideways here. Yep, looks like we are going to end up leaving some on the field on some of our turns, but that's okay. We got a lot here to do anyways. So like I said, with this flat map, we don't necessarily have to be perfect because, yeah, there's plenty of grass in every which way direction. So it looks like we're already at about 30%, almost 6,000. We're about to hit 6,000 liters, which was, if you remember, the capacity of our little lawnmower. So this is super awesome. I'm excited to see what a full trailer of this is going to be. Because, yeah, this is about as much right there. 30% was what our little lawnmower did. Okay, there we go. We are at 100%. We'll go ahead and turn our mower off. We'll go ahead and lift the mower as well. And it does look like it went ahead and turned off our loading wagon and pickup too. So that's good. And then we are going to empty it into our silage bunker. This is super exciting. So we're going to go ahead and unload here. Let this thing unload. We'll just kind of pull forward as it unloads. Empty it out on here. Hopefully we can go over this hump of silage or grass, I should say, at this point. Yep. Perfect. Trying to spread it out a little bit. All right, first load done. Let's go. Now, real quick, our worker has finished this field, or at least for the most part. Looks like a tiny little bit there. Looks like they did leave one strip right here. So we're gonna go ahead and harvest this real quick, and then we're gonna jump them over into the field right there. Get that one going too. Now, I was thinking instead of just throwing it in the tractor or the trailer over there, we're just gonna go ahead and sell it off since we're right here. So let's do the pipe out, get this sold off, make some money in our pocket. It's gonna bring in another 2,300 right there. Perfect, bringing our total to 42. We'll go ahead and empty this trailer too. I think there's some in there. Nope, it is empty. All right, let's go and get the worker on this field as well. And off goes the worker. Let's let him do that, and we'll get back to our silage pit. Okay, second load going into our pit here. Let's go ahead and then we'll just go ahead and pull forward as it unloads. I'm just trying to fill this thing up as fast as possible. Then we're gonna compact it down. Perfect, almost there, 28%. We got a little too fast there towards the end, but that's okay. All right, looking good. Okay, we're gonna get our third load unloaded on here. So let's see, gonna pull forward, it's 97%. Ooh, getting a little stuck now. So hopefully this works out the way I need it to. Oh, no, that was a mistake because I'm a little stuck now. Oh, jeez. Let's go backwards. Okay, managed to pick up all of that, turn off loading wagon, and we're gonna try and go to the left here. I think, you know what, before we do that, let's try and compact this down a little bit, if possible. Let's see what's gonna happen here. Can we do it with all of this on here? Get a little speed. Okay, okay, that was pretty good, that was pretty good. Looks like we compacted it a little bit. I'm gonna loop around, and this time I'm gonna try and unload it with some speed in there. Let's see, come right up in here. Did not mean to go to the right, because now we're stuck. Okay, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, we got a little stuck there, but we're out now. Let's see, let this keep doing its thing. Unloading there, pulling forward a bit. All right, okay, we did it. So let's definitely level this down. Let's see how compacting it without all this on here will do. I took those two off, the trailer and the mower, and now I'm gonna try and come at this a little bit of speed. Kind of see what happens when we do this with just the tractor. Now I know this tractor doesn't have a whole lot of weight, so it's not the best, but seems to be doing a little something. There we go, perfect. Kind of go over this, you can see compacting 51%. Okay, so we're doing something, 52%. Definitely doing something with it. Maybe the trailer behind it will help a little bit too, I don't know. It's kind of hard to go with the trailer though. So I think this is where having the leveler will help a lot when it comes to this. So we can like spread it out, level it out a little bit more, because it's a little rough, but we're making do. It's getting a little bit easier. I don't know what's gonna happen with this little bit here that spits out the front, but I think it'll be all right. Okay, we are at 97% compacted, and there's 100%. So we're 100% compacted. It says fill level chaff 52,000, so I think we can maybe do a little bit more. So let's try one, maybe two more loads on here. But real quick, we need to go empty the harvester. Okay, with the harvester emptied out over there, he's able to go back to work. And let's go and attach this and go at it again. Now, looking at the silage bunker over there, I would say, oh, let me lower the mower, might help. I would say that it does seem to have like some more capacity it can handle. I mean, I would think so. I don't know, I've never done that before. So we'll do one more load and kind of see what happens. I'd like to say it'll kind of let me know when it's maxed out, but yeah, we're gonna find out. Okay, we are putting, I believe, the fourth load on here. Yeah, I think this is the fourth load. Let's go ahead and do this real quick. And then before we compact it down, I just realized we have a whole tractor over there that's not being used. So we need to get that field seated while we're doing all this. That would, you know, get a little multitasking going in. Okay, it's unloading on here, looking pretty good. We'll compact all that down. There we go. It is emptied out on there. So let's get this other tractor seating. We'll go ahead and empty the harvester first, though. Kind of had a pit maneuver in here to block him off so he quits moving. But yeah, I'll tell you what, boys, we are definitely getting close to needing another tractor. That's for sure. So let's go ahead and empty this over here. Or we're gonna leave it, actually. I'm not gonna empty it. We'll let it fill up. Just set this right there, and then we're gonna pick up our seeder. Okay, with our seeder attached, we're gonna go back to this field. Now, I say we stick with canola. I like the canola. It's been good for us so far. So yeah, we'll go ahead and send our worker off, and away he goes. Perfect. All right, so we got that field going, and now we can jump back to our bunker. So one thing I do want to try, since it's not as bad, is what happens if we try and compact it with everything attached. Maybe we just need some more speed. Okay, okay, okay. It seems to be doing a little something. 85% compacted. All right, we definitely just can't go back and forth as easy, that's for sure. Try and hit this with a little bit of speed. Not get stuck. Go, and we're stuck. Okay, so we're definitely not gonna do that with that now. I can squeeze out. Perfect. We got out. All right, so we're gonna go and drop this off real quick. And let's go ahead and finish compacting our bunker here. It's not really a bunker. It's more of just a silage pit, I would say. It's more of a pit. Yeah, maybe I'm saying it wrong. I think it's going to be a silage pit. Okay, 100% compacted. Let's hop out of here and see what this says now. We can blanket. We'll blanket it. All right, let's see. Do you really want to blanket? Yes, 68,000 liters. All right, it has been blanketed. Looks like a little bit of that's kind of sticking out. That's, I guess, it could be expected. Fermenting 0%, 68,000 silage. All right, so we're gonna let that do its thing and jump back to our field for the time being. But yeah, if this goes well, I'm super excited to see how much we make from this. It could be quite a lot, so we're gonna find out. But yeah, let's go ahead and take care of some of these fields a little bit. Day 21 on the flat map here, guys. Looking pretty good. We're gonna go ahead and let this keep harvesting. We're gonna go ahead and empty that though real quick, because I know it's gonna need it. Let's go ahead and do that. And mistakes were made. Okay, well, I accidentally called it a day early while this was still seeding. So, looks like half the field will be ready before the other half. That's a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. What are we going to do? It's going to be kind of funny seeing half the field ready and the other half not, or at least the outside. But it'll be all right. It'll work out in the end. As far as this goes, though, I'm excited to see what our silage is at, because that's our main focus at the current moment. I do know, though, we will need to make some money because we're going to need to get like a skid steer or something for this front loader with like a barrel so we can scoop it up and sell it off, which is also why I had it close to the sell point. So hopefully that'll help. All right, let's take a look at it. Looks like 67% fermented. So not too bad. We're getting there. I think one more day and it'll be 100%. Super excited to see how much we make from that. But we need to make a little bit of money because we're going to have a way to scoop this out of here and transport it over here to the sell point. So let's see what we can do. We are currently at 71%. Let's go ahead and roll next to this one. Let me dump it in here. This should put us pretty close. I think just selling this alone should get us close enough to either get the front loader attachment, if we can, haven't tested it, or getting a skid steer. Okay, the field has been seeded, so that's out of the way. Like I said, just have to work with it being done at 2 different times. We're not going to fertilize it yet. We'll wait till tomorrow to do that as well. I did take a look at some of the skid steers and front loaders. Unfortunately, this tractor can't do a front loader, so that's kind of not good news, but we'll look at either getting another tractor that has a front loader, because I know we can kind of use another tractor at this point, or we'll get a skid steer. Skid steer might be what I'd like to lean more towards, but having another tractor wouldn't be so bad either. Oof, so close. 99% full. Looks like we're about 30 liters short. But yeah, we'll go ahead and sell this off, see how much we make, because we're going to need the money. That brought in $12,742, bringing our total to $16,000. Nice, that's some working money. All right, that's some money we can work with. But yeah, still not quite enough for a tractor, I don't think. At least a tractor with a front loader. But so I got a little bit of this field to be harvested, and the silage should be ready tomorrow. Like I said, we just have to figure out a way to sell it. Yeah, that's going to be the challenge. Day 22 is upon us, and yeah, looks like our fields are coming together nicely. Still harvesting it. Let's go check the silage. Okay, it says silage is fermented 100%. So I think that means it's done. Let's see. Let's go ahead and open silo. Okay, yeah, so we have silage. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out a way to sell this now. We're gonna leave this covered up for now while we figure that out. But for now, we'll go ahead and get this field. Let's get it fertilized again. I think it'll be ready for that. Okay, got the worker out there. Gonna go ahead and fertilize this field while we do some other things. That one over there is harvesting. I'll have to empty that out soon enough. Let's check the store here. Okay, so we're in the shop here, and I figured out what we're gonna do. So we're gonna do a conveyor belt system and put it in a trailer versus trying to scoop it up, because we got a lot in there, and I think we're gonna be better off doing this anyways. So I think we only need these two. I might go ahead and just get this one and try it, but I think we're gonna need both, which means we'll need 19, 21, 2, 3, 23-ish thousand. So like one more load of the canola and we'll be good to go. But I am going to go ahead and buy this, and yeah, we'll have this ready to go. And I'm going to try it anyways, just with this one. Okay, so I got the conveyor belt here, and I mean, just looking at it, it already looks too short. I'll bring the trailer over here just to double check. But yeah, I think this is going to be the play though, is doing this. I think this is going to be the best way. Now, I'm not going to do it yet, but actually I'm a little surprised. It's like right up. Oh, nope. No, it's too short. If we didn't get the bigger trailer, probably would have worked. Now, I might try it once I unload this canola. I might try it anyways, just to see if maybe it throws it in there anyways. But I think we're going to need the extension. All right, so he's almost done with the field there. I'm going to go ahead and just sell this off, and then I'll bring the harvester around and empty it into the sell station. That way I don't have to do it twice. So let's go ahead and sell this off. Okay, that's 2,100 right there. Not too bad. Getting us a little closer. All right, that is emptied out, bringing us another 1,000. So we're only at 12,000. So with that being the case, we're going to go and get the worker on this far field here, and then I'm going to go ahead and try and do the trailer as is. Again, don't think it's going to work, but we got to at least try it, right? Okay, I managed to get it to kind of work. It's like when I bump into it just right, I can get that angle on it, but it even kind of already stopped. So I don't think that's really going to work. We just need just enough to get that extension. It'll be good, but yeah, see if I can kind of get up under there and then it'll start. But yeah, we'll see if we can get a little bit more and then go sell it off. Okay, surprisingly, it worked. I got a full trailer here, so that's awesome. But going forward, it's not going to help much because we're going to have to move back that conveyor belt. So, but for now, this should hopefully get us enough to get the extension anyway. So let's see what happens, see how much we get. Real quick, just looking at the prices for silage here, it looks like we're not at the highest, but we're not at the lowest. Currently 365, so it's not much of a difference. Let's see what we get here. And we've got it emptying out. All right, we're almost halfway. There we go, fully emptied out, 2,900. So not as much as I'd hoped, surprisingly. I thought it was gonna be more, but It is what it is. Hopefully, by the end of it all, it'll still be worth it. So we are at 15,000. We do need 18,000 for the belt, so still not quite enough. But we've got to get that field working on getting seeded. We'll go ahead and empty out this harvester real quick, and then hopefully we can just sell what we pull out of here, and it'll be enough. So we only got about 20% right here, but it brought us at 18,140. So we're gonna go ahead and buy that real quick. Okay, this should do it. 18,000. Boom. There we go. Now we're left with $139, but the silage should help. Pay to recoup some of that. Okay, boys. Mistakes were made. This one is not the one that loads in trailers. So if you're watching this, you're probably like, no, don't buy it. That's not it. Yeah, this is about as high as I can make it go. I think this one's more for like extending them out and have them go different directions. So yeah, I made the mistake on that one. So we're gonna have to try something else. I think the one that actually does it is 38,000. So we're not quite there yet. But yeah, we'll probably just sell this off, make a little, like, lose a little money on it, and just keep trying to load it the way we've been doing it, at least for now. So we bought it for 18 and we're selling for 15. So we lost a couple grand. That sucks, but it is what it is. We're kind of just gotta deal with it as it comes. Not gonna lie, that takes way too long trying to jimmy that in there. I just spent so much time trying to finally get it to pour into here. It does work, but man, it's definitely fighting me. So that's not good. But our harvester is also full, so we're gonna go ahead and empty this, make a little bit of money, and then yeah, go empty the harvester as well. At the end of the day, we're going to make the most of it and try and make the most money out of it too. And another load of silage brought in 2,900. So it's like right under 3,000. Not too bad. Okay, so I emptied out the harvester over there. I think we go ahead and just empty out what's in the trailer right now and keep trying to jimmy our silage so we can sell that off. And with that one sold off, we got 2,500. So we're at 20,000. We're going to keep working towards getting that conveyor belt. That's going to really help us get our silage out without too much trouble, because it's not fun trying to jimmy this, but it is what it is for now. And with another tractor full, let's go ahead and sell this off. Looks like our silage is about halfway emptied now, or maybe halfway. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. I'm not able to tell just based on looking on it. And with that one sold, we're at 2,900 on that silage empty, bringing us to 2,300. Let's go to empty our harvester, because I know that's going to need to be done soon. But yeah, anyways, on the silage, we're definitely going to need to get that conveyor belt set up so we can get a bigger trailer to fill it up with more. Because, yeah, we're filling this one up pretty quick despite having to jimmy it. We're going to go ahead and follow along here because we did empty it out, but we might as well go down this line with it. Right now, we're setting about 16%. Not too bad. We'll go ahead and go down this line, sell it off, and then go back to our silage. And we currently have about 20% full of the canola. Let's sell this off real quick. Now, generally, I would like to fill this trailer up completely, but we're kind of working with what we got, 2,300. And back to the silage real quick. Let's go ahead and empty that. And with another successful silage trailer full, that's going to bring us to 28,000. So another 2,900. All right, not too bad. I'll take that any day. Okay, boys, so I got to thinking, I was like, you know what? Let's try and see if our trailer can actually pick up the silage. And so far, it kind of is. We're getting a little stuck. Let's try and come back and hit it with a little bit more speed. Let's see. We're at 36% full on silage, 37. There we go. So it seems like our forage trailer can actually pick up the silage. This is news to me. And if this actually works out, this is going to be way better than trying to do the conveyor belt. I was like, you know what? Let's try it real quick. And yeah, so far it's actually doing it. Okay, boys, we're at 100% on the forage trailer. And I'm super surprised that this actually picked it up. I feel like we should have tried this sooner, but I was like, no, there's no way. It's for grass, right? But yeah, it actually picked up the silage. So let's see what happens if we try and sell it off. And if we go ahead and empty it, we can see it is dumping it out here on our sell station, and it looks like it's selling it. Yeah, that was way faster, and it's bringing us in 5,800. Okay. So we don't even need the conveyor belts. That's a little surprising. So yeah, from now on, we're just going to use the forage wagon to pick up our silage, which means we can actually sell off this conveyor belt. All right, I like that. That's going to help a ton. So with the last little bit of silage picked up there, our bunker is empty. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and sell this little bit we have right here. And then we're also going to sell that conveyor belt because, yeah, we don't need that, which is going to be a huge help considering the forge trailer is actually going to be able to pick it up. All right, after everything is sold, we are at 34,000. Not too bad. What that tells me is we should definitely upgrade the forge trailer at some point to hold a little bit more, because the more we can hold, the more we can put in there. So yeah, let's go ahead and get the conveyor belt sold off because we don't need that anymore. Okay, with the conveyor belt sold off, that brought another about 4,000 when we sold it. That field's still harvested, so we're gonna go ahead and fertilize this one real quick. Get that done while we work on some other things. Okay, so I got to thinking and I was like, you know what we need? We should go ahead and do like a greenhouse just to get some more income coming in. Now, got to be careful because the shop area is here. But the other thing too is I don't want to have it like in the way where my silage is going when I'm mowing and dropping off. So I was maybe thinking right about here. Yeah, we're gonna do it right about there. Perfect. And it looks like it did make everything green around it. Let's see if we can't add some dirt. I'm gonna put just a little bit of dirt coming to our door right there. Clean some of this up. That way it looks good. All right, I like that. Greenhouse secured. Although let's extend this out just a little bit so it stays clean. Actually, you know what? Let's just do it all the way to here. Okay, I like that. That looks pretty good. Let's take a look at our new greenhouse here. And I've never used a greenhouse before, so hopefully this ends up working out pretty good. I did get the bigger size, so we spent 12K on it, but nice. All right. Next thing I believe is we are going to need to get the water tank filled up and then choose our seed. But let's go ahead and empty out the harvester because that is also full. Okay, I double checked. This field is 100% fertilized. This one is also now 50%, so we'll wait on that. We just emptied out the harvester here, so let's go ahead and get this out of the way. And then we're going to work on our greenhouse. Now again, I've never done a greenhouse before. So I was looking at the prices. It looks like lettuce is going to be the biggest or like the most. Like taking a look here, it's at 28 right now. It could eventually get to 33. So we're going to try lettuce. Okay, so I've activated it. Now we need to get some water. Now we don't have any water just available to us. So we're going to have to add like a spout or a well. Well, it is actually getting dark. So we might have to call it a day first. And then we'll figure out the water situation tomorrow. Another day here on the farm. And yes, we got to figure out our water situation. It's day 23. So let's go do that now. Okay, so we got this old well right here. That's going to be our water source. I'm thinking we put it somewhere right about here. Although, actually, before we do that, let me see if I can extend this grass out just a little bit more. Okay, so I can bring it out just a little bit more, which will kind of be like our road, so to speak, because I do want to make it easy for us to transport the water to and from our greenhouse. Okay, perfect. We're going to put it right about here. And now we have our water. We just have to have a way to get it to our water tank over there, which we see here. Yep, so we got our water here. Let's go ahead and get a water tank. That way we can transport it. And it looks like some of our cheapest options is the hand pushable one, but it only carries 500. This one can hold 2,000, but it's 55. This one can hold 5,000, 45. So this is gonna be the best one. Let's get this one. All right, so $4,500 gone. Let's go and jump in the tractor. Drop this one off too, which by the way, I do have, oh, let me start the engine. I do have our seeder over there in the works. We finished up the harvest. It is completely full in the trailer there, so we're gonna sell it off here in just a second. But let's go and take care of our greenhouse, get some water to it. I did also have to get some fertilizer because we were completely out. And we got our water attached. Now, I did place this water over here so we can kind of do one of these. Hopefully be able to fill it up. Let's see, I've never used one of these before. Start filling. All right, perfect. It's working. Looks like we're about 10% full now. Awesome. And we are at 100% now. Perfect. All right, so let's go ahead and take it over here now. We should be able to loop this through and then fill up our greenhouse. All right, we'll start unloading it. Ooh, I think we can kind of come forward a bit. There we go. Now, I don't know how much this is going to hold. That was 5,000. Let's see. Water, 2,100, looks like. Okay, let's see. Did we empty this out completely? Oh, nope. It's still unloading. All right, we'll let that finish up. Okay, water tank is full. Looks like our lettuce is growing. Heck yeah, that's going to be super exciting to get something from the greenhouse. And it looks like this thing can hold 8,000 liters. So we can actually go ahead and do one more load, get it full, like completely full. So we have to worry about it too much. Let's go ahead and do that now. And while that is filling up, or at least I think it's filling up. Let's see. Yeah, still filling up. I'm going to go ahead and empty or sell off our canola in the trailer here. So let's go ahead and hook this up so we can sell it off, and we'll go ahead and dump that here. Now again, I do eventually want to get some silos so we can store our canola and all of our other stuff that we end up harvesting, so we can get the best price of it at the time of year. But it is what it is. We kind of need the money now, so we're just going to sell it for whatever it's worth. Looks like 8,100. Perfect. Water tank is full again. Let's go ahead and empty it one more time at our greenhouse. There we go. Spout is open. Water is filling up. Okay, looks like it is completely full. I think, you know what we can do? We could probably just leave this right here for now, and then deal with it later. That way it's ready to go at any point. I don't know if there's a manual on and off valve on it, but that would be nice. Let's take a look here at our greenhouse real quick. Make sure everything is working the way it should. And all right, water is completely full. Perfect. We are, let's see. Looks like our lettuce is storing, currently running. Perfect. And again, we did look at the prices. Looks like lettuce will be the best. So we'll see how long it takes to grow. Again, I've never used this before, so I'm hoping for the best. All right, with our greenhouse growing, the other field being seeded, and then we'll eventually fertilize this one too. You guys know what time it is. It is time to do our silage. So we're gonna go ahead and mow some grass, fill up our forage wagon here, and get our silage in the works too, because we need to get that one going. Right, with everything attached, we're gonna get the ball rolling on mowing. Go ahead and line it up over here first, because sometimes when we turn, we don't quite pick everything up. So let's just get it straightened out. Lower our mower, turn it on. I was gonna turn on our loading wagon and lower the pickup. Let's make sure everything is working the way it should. All right, looking good. Looks like we are picking it up. And the numbers are going up. Perfect. All right, let's go ahead and fill up our forage wagon. One thing I just realized too is we're gonna need some gas soon. So we might have to do a little gas fuel tank area too, because this truck is blinking red at us. So that's definitely something we're gonna have to manage at some point and fill up our tractors. Because yeah, they're about to run out. I'm gonna go ahead and empty off our first load right here in the silage. I'm gonna try and make it a little even, although I already overshot it just a little bit, but one thing too is we should pick up this little bit of silage on the outside here as well. All right, first load done. Let's go ahead and lower pickup and turn on the wagon. See if we can't pick this up. There we go. Got that first little bit. And let's see, we'll line it up. This should be the last little bit. All right. Yeah, I had to get that out of the way. It was bugging me staring at it. All right, let's do it again. Right, second load. Let's see here. Try and go to the left a little bit. Only 96%, but that's all right. Start dumping it out right there and go forward with it. Now we are going to try and fill this silage up a little bit more than last time. That's kind of the goal. I want to make this one super, super full. So we're going to try and do as many loads as we can, but we're going to probably be limited to the gas. Now, real quick before we keep going, we get stuck on the edge. We need to go ahead and get that other field fertilized, I believe, so let's go check that. All right, yep, that field is done. We're gonna go ahead and fertilize this one, or at least get the worker working on it. That way we can kind of knock out multiple things at once. I'm gonna attach our fertilizer. There we go. We got 70% here, so we should be good. And then I'm gonna send them on this field right here. With the worker off and away, let's take a look at this one real quick. This one is 100%. That one is 50, so we'll let them do that one. And we're gonna get back to our mowing. There's really no rhyme or reason. I kind of just do these circles. Oh, and I just realized I don't have the pickup on or the mower on. There we go. Mower's on. Yeah, that was a rookie mistake. That's right. We are on now. We should be picking up. Yep, we're good. Like I was saying, I have no rhyme or reason to how I do this. I've kind of just been doing one big circle, and that seems to be working. So we're going to keep doing that. Okay, third load going down. Hopefully, if I can squeeze over here, and then we'll get this unloading. Perfect. Trying to inch our way forward as it comes out. All right, very nice. Another load down. We might go ahead and compact it now because I don't know how we're going to go over that. But our tractor is getting really, really low on grass. So we're going to figure that out here right after I try and compact this real quick. Now, we'll eventually get a roller and whatnot to really compact this. But for now, we're just going to use the old tractor because it is working. But I would like to get a roller eventually. Whoa! We almost lost it there. Do this a couple more times. Let's see. Should be saying, yep, looks like compacting is 11%. Awesome. We're getting there. With the silage, it is always interesting seeing this kind of go down as we compact it. It's a little fun. I can't lie. I do enjoy this part for sure. Well, boys, it happened. I thought we had more time, but yeah, it says refuel vehicle. Whew, we ran out of gas. So, yeah. We're going to figure something out with that. So there is this one right here, which I believe we can buy fuel, have it delivered. And then we can, obviously fill our tractors up and whatnot with it. And I was thinking, what if we put it right here? I was going to put it like over here a little bit, but, to have that same area. But I think I'd rather kind of keep that its own thing. So I think we go back and forth pretty often here. So let's put it about right here. And yeah, hopefully that works. Let's take a look. So it looks like we can refill. So let's refill. Looks like diesel. Oof, I don't know if we need that many liters. Let's just start with 200. Let's try that. All right, we're gonna buy $200 worth of diesel, or $330 worth of diesel. And taking a look at the shop, we're gonna have to get one of these gas cans because unfortunately we let it run completely empty on the tractor. Let's go and grab this, pick it up over here. Looks like we can pick this one up. Perfect. And let's go fill it. There we go. Thinking we can just set it right here. Oh, okay. Well, this actually already has 100 kilograms in it, or so 100 liters of diesel. So I didn't realize that. But I guess in future, in future reference, we can probably fill it back up over the tank and shouldn't have to do that because we'll just drive our tractors over there. So let's run this over here. And then I think we can just set it down. And then if we jump in the tractor, yeah, we can refill tractor. Okay, so let's refill it with gas. It's going up. That was only 100 liters. So let's see what that goes up to. All right, almost full. Perfect. Looks like the gas can does disappear. So it's kind of a one-use thing. But the good news is we should be able to take this over here to the fuel tank and fill it up that way. So we'll have this kind of on the stretch here. Let's go ahead and fill this one up. And we'll fill the other tractor up as well. See if we come up right here. Perfect. Refuel. Diesel. Let's do that. All right. So this tractor is fully topped off. Perfect. Let's go ahead and go back to compacting, or let's take a peek at the store for a compacting device and see how much those are. Because as much as I love doing the tractor, it would be fun if we get a little compactor to put on it. All right, soil compaction. Let's see. This one is 7,000, 2.6, 3 meters. This one is 4.8. So I feel like, yeah, I feel like that might be worth it. It should pay for itself on the first deal. So let's do that one. We'll go ahead and pick that up real quick. Got it attached to the back. Now let's go try it out on our silage over here. Ooh, this thing's definitely got some weight to it. Farm is coming together real nicely. Really do like seeing the greenhouse there, our fields, everything. Looks really good. Again, never used one of these either, so this is gonna be a first time for this. Let's see. Lower roller. Check. And yeah, I think that's it. Let's go ahead and try and roll this. It's compacting 64%. Oh yeah, seems to be compacting a little bit better. It's definitely slower, but it's a smooth compact, looks like, for sure. What we should do is get a leveler on the front too. That'd be nice. I might need to check out one of those. Drop it back down again and back at it. We're at 85%, so that's pretty good. Just kind of want it smooth enough to be able to drop our trailer on and off. Sometimes we get stuck. I don't want to get stuck anymore. All right. 100%. Should still smooth it out a little bit. Perfect. We're going to just kind of drop that over here for the time being and then use it here shortly. Yeah, and another one going down. Let's get that unloading and drive forward as best we can. Perfect. Now, again, guys, I don't know what the level of this silage can hold. Right now, we're at 54,000, which I think is about where we were last time-ish, maybe 60,000. So we're definitely going to find out because I want to do as many as I can. Tell you what, one thing about mowing is it is definitely satisfying. Man, it just makes it look so clean, so smooth. I definitely do enjoy it. I'm glad we upgraded to mowing a little bit more, getting that silage going. All right, another loaded down. Now, I am curious how our compactor is going to be with these big, like, mountain tops of silage. So that'll be kind of fun to bring down. We are going to go just a little bit more further because we're not super close to the top. Here we go. Perfect. Needless to say, I think this mower and forage wagon was definitely the right move. I know a lot of you guys were like, hey, it's a grass map, it's a flat map, you need to do more mowing. So I think having at least the 3 fields working in the background and doing mowing and doing the greenhouse, and we're doing the silage too, is a really good, like a good start with all of this. Now, I will say, someone did mention, and you know who you are, that we should do some goats because there's a lot of grass, and apparently the goats will eat off the field, supposedly. So I'm thinking, if you've been following along, that we're going to do some goats here soon. We'll get some animals going and block off a section for some goats. I'm going to try and go right down the middle if I can get enough momentum. Here we go. Oh, and I kind of had to stop. That's all right. We'll just kind of see if we can not get stuck. Perfect. Hey, it's working pretty good. All right, that looks good. All right, so we're going to have to go ahead and roll that out now. So let's drop this off. And we're going to pick up our roller. Now, like I said, super curious to see how this works on this big mountain. That is a lot taller than I initially thought it was going to be. But let's see. We're going to go ahead and lower it and then try and tackle this. I don't know if our tractor can handle this. This seems pretty tall. Let's see. I mean, it's working. It's working a little bit. Okay, I'll take that. We're at 85% compacted. Not bad. And then what if we just go backwards with it? I don't think we need to turn around. Let's just try and go backwards. Yeah, I think we could probably benefit. Oh, I went the wrong. You know, we're going to go this way. I think we could benefit with a leveler, possibly. I don't know. I've never used them before, so that might be interesting. Again, guys, a lot of this stuff I've never done before, so you're kind of seeing it live here. Hope you guys enjoy the authenticity of it. So, but yeah, I'm definitely enjoying the silage. This has been fun. So it does say we are 100% compacted, but I do want to try and flatten it just a little bit so we can at least drive over it maybe one, maybe two more times. I don't know. We might call it with just this. It's getting pretty late in the day anyways. Well, boys, I decided to do one more load. This is going to be the last one. We've got quite the mountain in front of us. We are 87 compacted. Let's go ahead and lower this and flatten it. Now, I'm not completely convinced that this roller is nothing more than a weight for my tractor. But I could be wrong. I'm probably expecting it to be like a leveler more than a compactor, because I kind of was hoping it would move it around a little bit better, but it is what it is. Nonetheless, it is doing the job. But yeah, we've got this big mountain here. I think we'll go ahead and call this silage, like we'll call this one and cover it and get the ball rolling on this one, because we are 100% compacted. It looks good. That is a lot of grass. It looks like 105,000 chaff, however you say it. So we're going to go with that. All right. Yep. 100% compact. Let's go ahead and blanket it. Yep. 105. Yes. All right. There it is. Our silage is in the making. Perfect. So we're going to go and call that a day. All right. Day 24 on the farm. Looking a little cloudy today. Not too bad, but we need to go ahead and get these fields, or at least that field all the way down there, fertilized. You can see this is kind of where we messed up our field a little bit. We seeded the inside first and then the outside, but that's okay. It should all come together in the end. So we're gonna go and get our worker doing the other field, fertilizing it, and then we'll get the ball rolling on some other things. Our silage, let's take a peek at that. Looks like our silage is about halfway done, 55%. So that's good. I did notice over here, it looks like we have some lettuce maybe already done. Yeah, it looks like we've got some of our first lettuce done here. So that's super exciting. We'll go and get that sold off as well. We might need to invest in a forklift or something to move that. And taking a look at our water in here, we are pretty low, 700 liters. So we'll go ahead and fill the water up too real quick while we are already over here. Actually, let's go and get him fermenting that field real quick. And I just realized I said fermenting that field. I meant fertilizing that field. I've been doing silage for quite some time now, so my brain's set on silage. So yeah, we're gonna get this field fertilized. That's the word I was looking for. All right, off and away our worker goes. We are at 50% fertilized, so he should get that to 100%, and then this field is 100%. So yeah, that's the last field that needs fertilized. And then I'm gonna go ahead and move this out of the way for now. We won't need it for a minute, so I figured it's best we just kind of get this out of the way. I'm not going to take it too far because we are going to use it, I'm sure, not too long from now. But yeah, we'll just put it right here. Okay, our water tank completely full. Let's go ahead and top off the greenhouse. I even thought about maybe doing a second greenhouse, just since everything's like already here and convenient. So we might throw another one down to the right here and then have two of them. So I'm thinking about doing that. I know that there is a way that we can distribute the water to both of them with something, so I might look into that as well. All right, that is empty. Let's go and fill it up one more time. All right, beautiful. Our water is completely full, so we got that done. Let's go ahead and move this out of the way. And again, I'm just gonna go ahead and drop it off right here and just kind of leave that. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and back this up, put this fertilizer up. Oh, I just kind of bumped the shed there. We're going to put this fertilizer up, and then I think we're going to call it a day because we're going to need some equipment to move the lettuce and whatnot. We just don't have the money. So between wanting to do goats and some new equipment, we don't have it yet. So we're going to go ahead and call it a day. Day 25 on the farm here, boys, and check it out. Our lettuce is coming together nicely. We're going to need to find a way to sell that off, but check it out too. Our silage is 100% fermented. So we're going to go ahead and uncover this. And then we're going to go ahead and empty this, make some money, because we need the money bad in order to get a way to sell the lettuce and some goats. So we're going to do that. Oh, and a greenhouse. With our trailer now attached, we're going to turn on lower wagon, lower pickup, and hopefully this continues to pick it up like it did last time. So we'll just, let's see, let's come out at the other direction. Hopefully that middle section opens up. I tried to open it all the way. It wouldn't do it. So I don't know, maybe it'll open as we pick it up. Let's see. Still successfully picking it up like last time. That's good. Doesn't look like it's auto opening. So either way, we are 100% full with just that first little section. So we got a lot of silage here. Let's go ahead and sell this off. And taking a quick look at silage prices, looks like we are about $3.57. So pretty much the low end. It could be a little bit more, but it's not a huge difference. And with that sold off, that's going to bring in $5,700 on our first load. Heck yeah, that's awesome. And with another 100 forage wagon, we're going to go turn this in if we don't get stuck. Looks like we're a little stuck here. Come on. There we go. All right, let's go sell this off. And our second load, same thing, $5,700. I'll take that. Bringing our new total to $22,000. Now we've got some money to spend. But we got to figure out why this silage isn't opening up all the way. A little confused. Let's jump out and take a look. Yeah, I'm not sure, boys. It's not giving me the option. So we might go to bed and see if it fixes itself in the morning. Because with that being said, we don't have a whole lot of options besides our lettuce, but we'll give it one more day and see if maybe that fixes it. Okay, day 26 is here and still having the same issue. From what I read online, some people said just keep scooping out more from the other sides and it might uncover itself. So we'll try that. Let's see if that does anything. Okay, same thing, still not opening. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and figure out a way to move the lettuce. And maybe if we can get like a skid steer with a scooper, we can try and scoop it and it might help uncover it. So I don't know. Have you guys ever ran into this issue before? If you have, let me know in the comments and how you fixed it. Because we might have to do some little workarounds to get it to fix itself. So yeah, we'll try some things before we give up on it. So looking at our skid steer options, I am not a huge fan of this skid steer, but for the price, it's all we can really afford. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to go with this one for now, and then we'll upgrade it soon enough. But for now, we'll grab this one. And then we're also gonna need a pallet fork for it as well for the lettuce. So let's go ahead and do that. And then one thing I want to test is maybe getting a bucket for it as well. We'll get this universal bucket right here, and we'll try and scoop out some of the silage and see if that fixes it. All right, we've got our new skid steer in hand. Perfect. Let's go ahead and grab the lettuce while we're at it before we try and do the silage. Kind of just give it a little bit longer to set over there and see how much we get for this lettuce. All right, now I'm gonna try and scoop 2 of these at once. Oh, let's see. We're gonna have to adjust our length there. Go. Let's try that. All right, got to bump our greenhouse. That's okay. Back up a little bit. Angle them up just a bit. There we go. 2 of them in hand. Perfect. Let's go ahead and drop these off over here in the sell station. Then I think we can just drop them right here. See what happens. Oh, there's one for 28 and another one for 28. Okay, lettuce brings in a good amount of money. That's almost 6K right there. Pretty close. Not quite, but it is very close. So that's some good money. Oh, looks like we already produced another one. Heck yeah. Get the second load right here. Go ahead and load these up. Get these sold off too. Looks like this skid steer is going to end up paying for itself pretty quickly, at least being able to move the lettuce. So that's nice to know. Slide these off like that. Boom, 5,600. Heck yeah. So I think lettuce was definitely the play. Now I do need to check our water, make sure our water is filled up because it doesn't look like anything's growing now. So yeah, we're going to have to get a water distributor so that way it automatically distributes and we don't run into this problem. All right, with our one of our last loads. Oh, maybe. There we go. Perfect. Boom. Put us at 2,300 or 23,000. Let's go. And we might as well go ahead and sell off this last one right here. Try and line it up. Perfect. Pull it back up. There we go. We're going to turn this one in real quick too. We're going to drop it off. Slide back. There we go. All right. With our last lettuce sold, that's bringing our total to 25,000. I'll take that. Okay. I've got the scooper attached. Now we're going to see if this maybe fixes our silage. Not one to uncover. Again, never experienced this before, so let's see if this does anything. So far, nothing. I was really hoping this was going to come through. Let's go try the other side. There we go. Perfect. Maybe if we just lined our forage wagon up right there, it would have done it. But yeah, hey, you know what? It works. That's all that matters. I'm just going to go ahead and dump this right here because the forage wagon is a lot faster with it. So let's go and get this out of the way. It's good to know that that does seem to work. So if you guys end up running into that issue, that's something to try at least. Now, real quick, before we get too far into our silage, let's go ahead and do another greenhouse. And we're going to do a large one. Try and line it up as best we can. That looks pretty good. Let's do that. Perfect. And then we're going to add some dirt right here to the door. Kind of make it match our other one. And then I may eventually just gravel all of this because, yeah, I just want it to look good. So, all right, that's pretty good. Now we do need to do some more grass right here for now. All right, perfect. We've got both of our greenhouses now. We're going to need to do our tanks. Now, I know that each of these are about, I believe, 8,000 on the tanks. We can see we got some auto distributor. This is 15,000. This one is 30,000. So I think the 30,000 will be our best bet for now. Actually, you know what? For this one right here, we can get a little bit more. And it should distribute it pretty good. Let's see here. I'm going to line it up in between our greenhouses. Have it right here as well, kind of like we did with everything else. Perfect. Boom. There we go. So with that being said, we should be able to fill this up now, and then it will distribute to the other one. So let's go ahead and take care of the water tank before we do the rest of the silage. That way we have our greenhouses growing. Real quick, let's go ahead and choose lettuce for this side. Love these doors, by the way. That's super cool. Activate our lettuce, and then get our water. Okay, got our water filling up. Perfect. We are at about 8,700, so not too bad considering we not only got one more greenhouse, but we also got the water distributor. Now I might have to fill it up a few times with our water tank here. We're gonna find out here in just a minute, but we're definitely making some progress nonetheless. Okay, so I can change this to distributing, storing, or selling. We're gonna distribute, activate it, get this thing filled up. Looks like it can hold a lot of water, so that's good to know at least. Did we already empty our tank? I believe so. Yeah, so we're going to do one more load into that as well. And then we're going to empty our second load here. Now, it looks like it empties pretty quick, so that's nice. And then I need to make sure it is distributed into our greenhouses, because that's the whole goal. So we're going to check that. Okay, so, oh, I just backed in. Oh, you know what, we can still, nope. Okay, I had to straighten her out a little bit, but this is like my fourth unloading in here, and I noticed as I'm doing this, the lettuce is starting to grow. So it looks like it does eventually distribute it, which is super nice. Let's see, 21,000 now. Let's take a look on the inside while that's dumping in there. I believe like every hour it starts to distribute it. Oh, our lettuce is gone. Okay. Yeah, 0. So, oof. Yeah, we need to make sure we fill that thing up with some water, because I did see it start to work. I just think it wasn't full enough. So we're gonna see what happens. I'm gonna fill this up a little bit more. Let me take another peek. 24,000 now. So yeah, we'll do maybe 1 or 2 more loads and see what happens. But it was working, so I just think we needed more water in it. So we're gonna do that now. Okay, so what I think happened was the first hour, there wasn't enough water in there to top these off, because we got about 8 more minutes left on this hour. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and top each side off one time with the full tank, and then that way it starts to pull from our water distributor over there. So it should avoid this problem altogether once we fill that tank up some more. Now it is a really big tank. This water tank right here, it's not super big, but it's doing the job nonetheless. So we'll fill this up real quick, and then yeah, just trying to make sure both sides are topped off. Yep, so it is noon now, and it does have water in it, 473. So it looks like it did distribute a little bit to this side. Again, I did top this side over. We are still filling up over there. And this one has 51. So yeah, I think if we put a little bit of water in each of these tanks, this water distributor should keep topping them off every hour, and that will solve our problem. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, both tanks are filled up halfway. Water distributor, I did go back and forth quite some time with it. So with that being said, boys, I think we're going to call it a day and wake up tomorrow, and hopefully one of these fields will be pretty close. Day 27, this field's looking really good. This one should probably be done tomorrow, and then the other fields are getting close as well. Looks like we've got some lettuce we can eventually sell off as well. But we're going to wait for now because we're going to do some silage. So let's go ahead and finish up our silage bunker here, get this sold off so we can make some money. Not going to lie, that took a little bit to try and get this to pick up, because that mountain of silage, whoa, watch the crops. That mountain of silage was pretty big there. So we're going to have to get a leveler, that way we can kind of keep things nice and level in our silage. But hey, we got it to work. So let's sell this off. And that one brought us in 5,700. I'll take it. And another successful haul in the forager, bringing us a total of 5,700 again, putting us at 20,000. So looking pretty good. I think once we empty out this bunker, we are going to work on some goats. Yeah, so we've got greenhouses, we've got silage, and we've got some canola growing as well. So I think we've got a pretty good variety going on here. So that's nice. Now, when it comes to picking up the silage, I've kind of just come at it like this, really hoping it opens up the other bunker at some point. Whoop. And we got a little stuck. Just back it up a little bit, get a little bit more speed, and then fly over it. Or crawl over it. One of the two, both work. Okay, with our last load of the silage bunker, let's see how much we get, because right now we're at 31,000. And with the last load, that's going to bring our total to 34,000. Heck yeah. All right, so I'd say the silage bunker was a success on this go-around. So nice. I'll take that any day. Okay, boys, you know what time it is? We're going to do some goats. Now, from what I researched, the sheep pen should do it for the goats as well. I think we're going to go ahead and do it right here. Should give us enough room on each side. We'll run a like a road right here too. So let's go ahead and place them. All right, our basic sheep pen has been made. Let's go ahead and connect the dirt road here. Let's go along right here. Come this way with it. Looks like we're gonna need to pick up some of that grass. All right, perfect. That looks pretty good. And if we take a look at some goats here, we've got 0 months for 200, 3 months for 3, or 8 for 488. So it adds up pretty quick. If we did 10 goats, that'd be 5K at 8 months. If they're 8 months, though, they can reproduce. So it might work out better for us. If we get all 19, that would be 10K. So I say we do it. I say let's go ahead and do it. They're going to make some milk, and we might go ahead and get some sort of milk factory for them as well at some point. All right. 19 goats. Let's do it. So there is our goats. Heck yeah. All right, small pen, but we will expand it within time. This enclosure can hold all 19, so that's good. We got them far enough away too, where we don't have to hear them do this all day long. But yeah, so let's get them some water and let's get them some feed. I think from what I read or what some of y'all were saying was they can actually eat off of the field here. So we'll see how that works out. You know, I just realized we got 19 goats, which means they can reproduce, but the fence size can only handle 19. So we probably should have done a little less than 19, but I'm expecting we'll expand this at some point pretty soon. Okay, so just cut some grass. Let's see if we can't drop this off here. Again, never done this before, but I believe they eat grass. We're gonna try it out. We did do the meadow, so they should be able to eat off of the meadow, but I figured, you know what, we're already right here. Let's see if we can drop some grass off for them. Okay, dump grass. Looks like it's working. Nice, perfect. So we can actually drop some grass in there for them. Awesome. That looks like it filled up pretty quick, so it didn't take a whole lot. I'm gonna go ahead and drop some water in here for them as well. Here we go, dump water. Perfect. Oh my gosh. Perfect. We'll put some water in there, fill that up as well, so they'll have grass and some water. Looks like they are already drinking and eating, so that's good. Awesome. Let's take a look here. So it shows water 100%, food and grass. Yep, looks good. So we're good to go there. Awesome. Now, one thing is I couldn't find a way to extend the fence. So if you guys know how to extend the fence, let me know in the comments. But we may end up just having to do another field for them, like another fence, and then transport them over at some point. So yeah, we might try that or something. I don't know. We're kind of just going with it as we figure it out. Day 28 on the farm here, and let's go ahead and take a look and see how things are going. Looks like our goats have made their first batch of milk, so that's good. Let's make sure that they are topped off on everything. We've got 100% meadow, grass, and food looks good. Water's still pretty good, so that's perfect. And our lettuce looks, I believe that is fully filled up. I don't think it can go out anymore, so yeah, we'll need to make sure to empty the lettuce over here. Lettuce over there, and let's take a look here. Looks like part of the field is ready to harvest. That's pretty funny. So we might actually go ahead and try and harvest that first intersection just to get the ball rolling so we can kind of multitask. I'm gonna get our worker going on this part of the field, and that way tomorrow, not only will this side, but that side over there will be ready to harvest too. So we can get that going, and then we are going to go ahead and get our lettuce sold off as well with our skid steer here. Drop this off right there. Perfect. And then grab our old trusty forklift, or our pallet forks there. Forklift. I mean, I guess kind of forklift. Scoop these up as best we can. There we go. Tilt it back. Come up. Perfect. Let's go sell these off. A quick 6,200 in our pocket. Nice. Looks like the lettuce, if I remember correctly, looks like it's worth a little bit more now. So that's good. Oh, nice. It's already populated. So looks like our lettuce may have been backlogged a little bit. So we'll, I need to go a little lower. Here we go. So that's good. So we got even more to sell. Perfect. Okay, with all of our lettuce sold off, that's bringing our total to 57,000. I will take that. That is awesome. So I'd say our greenhouses were a really good investment. So heck yeah, let's go ahead and top off our water distributor just a little bit. Let's see where we're at real quick. 19,000 here, which means it is distributing. Let's take a look on here, make sure everything is going to it. 1,700, so not distributing it super quick. Let's take this look at this side, and 1,700 as well. Okay, so I mean, it is moving it, just not super quick. So we may do a load on each side of these just to make sure they stay filled up. And then to make sure our goats stay up to date with everything too, with the water, we're gonna go and drop some off right here real quick before we top off the greenhouses. All right, I guess that's all they needed, was just a little bit. We're gonna fill this one up a little bit more. Again, I wanna kind of get these pretty close to full, and then have the distributor going to them, because it's a little concerning. I think we'd benefit from maybe getting a bigger water tank that we can like really dump it into, but for now we're gonna make do with what we already got. Perfect. Let's go ahead and fill this up one more time for this tank over here. All right, then we're gonna top this one off real quick as well. Okay, both of those are filled up. We're gonna go ahead and loop this back over, get this filled up, and then we're gonna empty our harvester's grain bin because it is full. Okay, go ahead and get this filled up, maybe. Oh, there we go. Gotta admit, boys, we've come a long ways. 2 greenhouses, goats, 3 different fields. Oh yeah, lots of equipment. We have not done any leases, any loans. This has been a complete grind, and it's been a lot of fun. If you guys are enjoying the video up to this point, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. It means a lot, so I really do appreciate each and every one of you. And again, like I said, if this is kind of videos you guys like, let me know. Leave a comment. Let me know what I'm doing right. Let me know what I'm doing wrong. I always love the feedback, so thank you guys so much. With that being said, we are going to go ahead and leave this trailer full at 18%. We'll let it kind of fill up to probably about 100%, and then we'll sell it off. Now, one thing I've been debating about going and doing is this field storage is going to kind of keep our fertilizer, our herbicides, our seeds all in one place. So that way they're not just sitting out here. I think this is a much needed upgrade. I'm thinking we put it probably somewhere over here, kind of out of the way, but still it looks good. So we'll go right about here. Perfect. So we're going to put that right there. It looks like I did asphalt. Can we change that to gravel? Yes, we can. So we're going to go ahead and change this to gravel real quick. Let it blend in with everything. Perfect. So we're going to go move everything over here to our field storage. Okay, so now this is going to store our seeds, our fertilizer, everything that we need. We can see we got some solid fertilizer and some seeds in here. So when the time comes and we need it, we can just back up to that. And yeah, everything will stay nice and organized. Right, another successful emptying of the harvester. Let's go ahead and drop this off over here. And then we're going to get our silage filled up because yeah, silage is empty. Everything is in order. And we need to get the ball rolling. We're at $52,000, guys. And I feel like at 52,000, we are doing pretty good. This is definitely the most we've had in a minute. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get the silage going and keep the money climbing. And we're gonna try and spread this out a little bit more even than we've been doing. I do think we'll probably try and get a leveler since we have the cash to do it. And maybe it'll work out for the best. I don't know. I've never used them before, so we're going to probably do that once we get this completely filled up. And before we get too far ahead on our silage bunker, of course, we've got to empty our harvester because this thing is tiny. Now, I will say it's tiny, but it's doing the job, and that's all that matters. So we're going to get the inside of this field taken care of, and then tomorrow, the rest should be finished. Third load being unloaded right here. I think after the third load, we will try and level it and compact it a little bit. Just, again, so we can drive through it just a little bit easier. Now, luckily, the greenhouse seems to be far enough that we can actually make this turn, so that's good. All right, before we get too far ahead, I do want to try maybe doing a leveler. It's only 2,800 for the 3.7, so we're going to try a leveler. It might be a waste of money. I don't know. Let's try it. It's only 2,800, bringing our total down to 49,000, so let's go ahead and hook it up and give it a try. Okay, so we've got our compactor and our leveler both attached here. Let's give it a go and see what happens. Again, never used this before, so I'm hoping for the best here. All right, I've got both of them lowered. Oh, I should probably avoid the tire there. Let's see. All right, so far not really noticing a difference. Okay, so yeah, leveler doesn't seem to be making much of a difference. The compactor is definitely working. Let's try it in the skid steer real quick. Okay, I don't know what I was thinking. It's definitely not going to attach to the skid steer. I forgot skid steers are their own like attachment. So let's go and move this real quick. It is getting dark, but I'm determined to try and get this to work. Okay, so one thing I noticed is it did seem to kind of move it a little bit there. Oh, okay. That's doing something. All right, so it seems to be pushing it forward really. Oh, okay, maybe we should try and lift it. All right, let's try and lift it. I don't know, maybe we just had to come at it completely flat. There we go. Okay, that seems to be working a little bit. Maybe this is more so for the edges. I don't know, boys. I've never done this before. So since a lot of it is like kind of leaking out the back right there, let's try and hit it from this side and kind of move it forward. Lower leveler. It seems like you kind of have to hit it from the end here. Okay. Seems to be moving it just a little bit. I'm getting a little stuck though, I'm not gonna lie. Try and hit it with a little bit more speed. Another problem is we may have gotten too big of a leveler for this tractor. So, I mean, it definitely did something. It kind of moved it out from right here. You can see a lot of it is missing on the front here, so I don't know, maybe I need to look into what levelers really do, because yeah, that didn't seem to really level it. We are going to try one more time right here just to push this back into the silage bunker, because I think it's kind of like sticking out a little bit. Oh no, it was definitely down. Okay, I don't know, boys, maybe it just needed to be like a really big pile or something, because it's not really doing much for me here. I kind of need to like lift it back up just to be able to compact it. So maybe we'll try and put like a really big pile on there and see if that does anything. I don't know. Maybe the leveler was a mistake, but nonetheless, at least we tried. Day 29 on the farm, boys, and yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and try and do this leveling a little bit more, but first we do need to empty the harvester because it is completely full, and as you can tell, the rest of the field is ready to be harvested. So we're gonna go ahead and get our worker on that. and then empty out the harvester because he is completely full. With the harvester completely empty, that's bringing us to 88%. So we've got one more load from the harvester, but with that being said, let's go ahead and fill up our silage with a little bit more, and then we'll try and roll it and level it some more. All right, let's get to it. Now I may swing by the goats here and make sure they are topped off. They might need a little bit of water, they might need a little bit of grass, so we'll go ahead and drop some grass on there for them since we'll already have a full load here shortly. And yeah, make sure our goats are doing good. Let's try and empty up the forage wagon just a little bit here. Same as usual, we'll try and go forward, make it nice and even, and then we are going to save a little bit for our goats because we need to make sure our goats have a little something. All right, I got 24% here for the goats. Let's see if that fills it up for them. And I to dump. There we go. Perfect for the goats. All right, they only need a little bit. We'll go ahead and drop this 14% off back in the silage pit. And just like that, it is dumped off. Let's go ahead and fill it up a little bit more. And of course, like usual, quick pause to go and empty our harvester because, yeah, this thing is tiny. Now, I'm not going to lie. I would definitely like to upgrade our harvester. As soon as we start hitting the 6 figures, I'm going to debate it because unfortunately, I don't think we can change the header, if I can get to it. The header on this harvester, I think it's a one and done kind of thing, but we can sell the harvester to get a new harvester. So that might be something we look into here in the near future. Nonetheless, we are at 100% in our trailer for the canola, so let's go ahead and sell that off. And a full load of canola is going to bring us in almost 15 grand, putting us at $63,000. So heck yeah, I'll take that. We'll go and let that fill up and go back to mowing. Go ahead and empty this out in the silage like usual. Try and spread it as best we can. Maybe the leveler did help. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. We're going to try and come at the silage from this direction, see if that makes a difference. Start emptying out while we somewhat go forward. All right, and we're stuck. Nice. All right, broke somewhat free, going forward. There we go. Perfect. All right, that'll probably be our last load. Let's go ahead and level it out and compact it. All right, let's try this again. Oh, I don't really want to level it right there. We go. We'll kind of do it without lowering it. All right, that seems to be helping a little bit. So if I don't lower it, it does seem to be lowering these peaks just a little bit. So that's good to know. So the only thing that seems to really help with this leveler is if I hit it from the front here, I can kind of scoop it up just a little bit, and then if I raise it, it does seem to level it a little bit better. So yeah, you can see it kind of does level it just a tad somewhat. We are compacting nonetheless. All right, we are 100% compacted. We'll go ahead and cover this up, and I'm not gonna lie, we'll probably go ahead and just sell off the leveler. And then blanket silo, yep, 86,000, we'll go with that. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and sell off this leveler because it's not really doing it for us. Looks like we're getting back about 2,400. I'll take that. Bringing our total to 65,000. All right, not too bad. And of course, I want to make sure our greenhouses are good to go. So we're going to go ahead and empty out in this distributor. Go ahead and put a load in here. But I do want to save a little bit to go ahead and make sure our goats are topped off. So let's go ahead and top off the goats. We've only got about one pallet so far. So hopefully those keep on coming, and we'll go ahead and top off the water right here. That hardly took anything, and it does look like our tractor is a little low in gas, so let's go ahead and take advantage of our fuel tank over here. Silage is covered up, greenhouses are growing, goats are producing milk, and we are harvesting our fields. Perfect. What more could we ask for, boys? With our tractor fully fueled up, which is a nice feeling, let's go ahead and top off our greenhouses one more time. Okay, I went and topped off this water storage one more time, but you know what? I think we might be better off investing in a bigger water tank. Let's go and take a look since we have the cash. So the one we got is 4,500 with the 5,000. This one is a much bigger tank for 10,000. So let's go and grab that since we are using a lot of water. It is 10K, so this is going to drop us to about 55,000, but we can also sell off the other water tank. And that water tank's going to give us back about 3,600, so that's like 6,500-ish for the other water tank. Not too bad, I'll do that. All right, let's fill this one up and see how much we get. Whoa, already filling up a lot faster, at least I think. I don't know, but let's fill it up and do our storage bin over there. Okay, 7,000 liters. I think we should go ahead and pay for the extra large capacity, but let's go ahead and fill this up real quick with the 7,000. Oh, wow, that was way faster. Okay, this was definitely a much needed upgrade, but let's maybe check out maybe upgrading it just for a little bit more. So it looks like we can upgrade the capacity for an extra 2K. So let's definitely do that. And with the upgraded capacity, it's definitely taking a while to load up. So we may not let it fill up completely, but we'll definitely give it a good chunk of water here. And I figured, you know what? Let's just let the water tank fill up with water. I almost said fuel. And while that happens, let's sell off some of this lettuce because, yeah, we got to do some multitasking. We got a lot of things working right now, boys. Gonna attach our forklift here. Perfect. And then we're going to scoop up some lettuce. Let's get it. Now, I am not forklift certified, but I'll tell you what, I'm doing pretty good. So maybe I should get a certification. I don't know. It's not too hard. Those 2 heads of lettuce are going to bring us about 6,800. I'll tell you what, lettuce was the right move, man. For sure, for sure. That's bringing us in a lot of money. Our total's at 64,000. I'll take it. And we're gonna grab our last head of lettuce right here. Go ahead and get this taken to the sell station. I believe that's the last one. Yeah, the last one of those 2. And that's gonna bring our total to 94,000 with 3,400 from the last head of lettuce. I will take that. Let's go ahead and check on our water tank now. Water tank is about 51,000 liters. We'll go ahead and stop right there. And instead of filling up this this distributor real quick, let's go ahead and fill up our greenhouses all the way first and then do the distributor. All right, I believe the first one is filled up. Let's turn our lights on because it's getting a little dark. Back this up right here to this other one. And with that one topped off, we got about 20% left. So let's go ahead and fill up our distributor. And before it gets too dark, let's go ahead and dump it in right here. All right, it's going pretty quick, so I'm thankful for that. That doesn't take forever. Perfect. And just taking a quick glance, we've got about 90,000 liters. Perfect. And outgoing 90,000. All right. And we'll take a look at our greenhouses real quick. These are showing basically full on this one and basically full on this one as well. So cool. That's a good sign. Well, boys, it is day 30 on the farm. And as you can see, we got snowed out last night. So yeah, kind of interesting. But you know what? That's not going to stop us. We're going to continue to harvest, continue to silage, and continue to go in greenhouse because we got to make some money. We're at 89% full right now. This field is almost complete. It is kind of cool seeing all the snow tracks here, so that's kind of interesting. Yeah, if you ever wonder what the flat map looks like completely snowed, here you go. This is it. Everything is pretty snowed. You can see snow all the way in the far distance there. But that doesn't stop us. We've got money to make. We're at 96,000. We are so close to hitting 6 figures. So I don't know if we can actually mow grass in the snow, but we are definitely going to try. Okay, so if you ever wondered if you can, does not look like you can. We are definitely mowing the grass, but the forge wagon is not picking it up. And I've double checked, lift pickup, lower pickup, turn on loading wagon. Yeah, so you can't pick up grass in the snow, which I guess makes sense. Let's go ahead and take this back. Oh, that's pretty cool. Our tractor is full of snow, which is kind of nice. And for now, since we can't pick up more grass for the next silage or our goats, we are going to go ahead and take care of some of that lettuce that needs to be sold off. So let's go ahead and jump in our skid steer here and lower this and go ahead and start selling this off. You can see our harvester is still hard at work, so we'll take advantage of both of those things. Skid steer is plowing through the snow, luckily not getting stuck, which is real nice. I kind of thought we might get stuck, but yeah, no, it's still going. And the first 2 sold off, bringing us to 103,000. Let's go, boys. We hit 6 figures. Yes, sir. It is about time. Much deserved. We've got some big things coming, so yeah, we've got some money to make some big plays. All right, with our last little bit of the lettuce being sold off, that brings our total to 113,000. Not too bad. I am going to check our water supply. Looks like we still have some water in here. We might as well go ahead and move this over here and let's take a peek at our goats. Silage is still at 84%, so we'll do one more day on that. Goats are also pretty good. Could use a little bit more grass, maybe a little bit more water, but for now they are doing good. And check it out, we've got another pallet of goat milk. Heck yeah, curious to see how much we get for those. So for today, real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the harvest here. That way we don't have to pay a worker. And then probably just take it an easy day. Call it a snow day, if you will, considering the weather. But yeah, we're going to finish this up, go ahead and dump it in our trailer, and then, yeah, call it a day. Looks like our other field over there is ready to harvest too, so we'll definitely take care of that tomorrow. The field has been fully harvested. We're going to go ahead and try and empty it out into our trailer here, and then we're going to sell it off because it is on the decline for the prices for canola. Looks like we've got about 6% left here, so let's sell this off, and then we'll do the trailer. That little bit right there brought us in 169. Not too bad. I'll take it for the last little bit in the harvester. And then the completely full load of the trailer brought us in 14,500. I will take that. Day 31 on the farm here. And again, we got that field harvested. This one is ready. And that one over there is also ready. You can see all the snow has melted off today. So that's nice. And we're going to go check on the silage pit over here. Oh, look at our lettuce. Lettuce is looking pretty good too. Silage pit looks like it is at 100%. Perfect. So before we harvest that field, I do want to take a look at some new harvesters since we have the money, because that is taking a lot of time. Maybe a new harvester, maybe a new trailer. Let's take a look. Okay, so taking a look at the harvesters here, we have a couple options that I think might actually be good. A lot of these are still super expensive. We have the Massey Ferguson here for 104,000, but then we also have this one here for 45,000. So it is going to be a lot faster. This one's only 11 miles per hour and holds like 1,500. This one's going to go 21 miles per hour and holds 5,000. So it should be a lot. It's a lot more horsepower. So we're going to go ahead and do this one. We could afford this one too. It's going to be a much bigger like storage and everything, but the headers are also pretty expensive too. This one would be 45,000 plus another 10,000. So it'd be about 55,000 altogether for a pretty good upgrade. Or we spend 20,000 for this head and we get this one here. So it's like almost $120,000, which is basically all our money. So I think for now, at least for this harvest, we're going to go ahead and go with this. The only other design on here I might change would be the pipe. Looks like this one maybe goes out a little bit higher, but for 2,400, I think we'll just try this for now because we can always upgrade it later on. 45,000, one of our biggest purchases yet. Let's go. And of course, we're going to need the header for it, and it's a 5.8 meter wide. So definitely a lot bigger than our other one. All right, with both of those purchased, let's go ahead and grab them, take a look. And I want to compare this to our old harvester. Check it out. That is way bigger, a much needed upgrade. I would say this one's basically double in size. So as the money comes in, we're getting bigger, better equipment. So this is definitely super excited. Let's go. Excited. This is super exciting. Let's go ahead and take care of this field over here. Oh, real quick. I guess we can go and sell our old harvester since we no longer need it. And it looks like they're going to give us 7,300 back for it. So that's kind of nice. We got a little bit of money back. We're currently at 80,000. Not too bad. Now, of course, before we send our worker out on this thing, we got to give it a little test run ourselves. Let's check it out. All right. So far, so good. Definitely a lot faster. Oh, I think we need to, oh, maybe not. Okay, I guess it just chops it out the back there. I don't think it's making any rows, just kind of breaking it up. So that is an upgrade or something we can do later on if we need to. But for now, we're just going to leave it as is. But yeah, check it out, boys. 6 miles an hour while harvesting. Heck yeah, that is super nice. Look at how much wider this header is here too. Oh, looks like we're shifting gears there. That's pretty cool. And I will say this storage bin is definitely going to be a lot bigger as well, because we're only at 15% on our first row there. So that's nice. Yeah, taking a look from the above bird's eye view, this thing definitely is going to be a lot faster. Yeah, we probably should have done this a lot sooner when we had the money, but hey, it is what it is. I'd say we got the most out of that little harvester. And while that field is being harvested, we're going to go and get this one seeded so we can carry on doing our other stuff like the silage pit. There we go. All right, let's hope that when we uncover this, it doesn't glitch out like last time. So it says open silo. We'll try like somewhere in the middle here. Oh, looks like it just kind of does the front. All right, so it starts with the front. All right, we'll start with the front and see if it doesn't have that issue again. I don't know, maybe it will. We'll see. We are picking up our silage, kinda. There we go. We just gotta get over this little hump here. Perfect. And of course, right away, it's already acting weird. So we're gonna just go ahead and try and use the scooper and see if we can't get it to fix itself. All right, I did a little scoopsy doopsy right there and it unlocked it. So that's helpful. Now that we got it fully unlocked there, we'll go and put this back up and continue to fill up our wagon, our forage wagon. Oh my goodness. And the first load of silage brought in 5,700. So with this silage pit, we should be able to recoup our expenses from the harvester we just got. Hopefully we can get close to back to where we were pretty quick. Especially with the lettuce, I think we will be able to. And the second load is going to be 5,700 again. And the great news is our harvester is full, so we can kind of see just how much that thing can actually hold. So we're going to go ahead and attach, oops, turn on my lights. We're going to go ahead and attach the trailer over here and go and empty it back just up right here. Soon enough, guys, we're going to need a new trailer because this one's probably going to be pretty small, depending on how much it fills up with this first load. And check it out. That thing has definitely got a lot more compared to the last one. And this one seems high enough that I can actually drive my tractor under without bumping it. So that's a huge plus. There we go. It is emptying into our trailer now. Let's take a look on the harvester side of it. Looks like it's emptying pretty quick. So that's nice. Heck yeah. So one load of the harvester does fill us up about 62%, which is 5,000 liters. So yeah, we're definitely going to need to upgrade the trailer here soon because we might as well go ahead and dump this too, because if we go to try and fill it up again, the harvester won't empty all the way. So let's just go ahead and get rid of this now and have it ready for when it's ready to be emptied again. Look at that, boys. We are back over 6 figures. That's 9,200 in the pocket. Yeah, that's awesome. So that harvester is definitely already working on paying itself off. But let's get back to our silage pit. And with our last load from the silage pit, bringing our new total to $120,000. That's what I'm talking about. So we're well over six figures again. With that being said, we're going to start needing a new tractor here soon. Just a bigger, beefier one to start getting some bigger equipment too. But for now, let's go ahead and take care of our crops. We're going to jump over into our John Deere right here, swap these out and load up the lettuces because those need to be sold off too. Now, one thing I did want to try with this is to maybe try and stack them. I feel like that could be beneficial if I can stack these on top of one another, then take them, be a little bit faster. If I can do this relatively quickly, slide back. Oh, I was so close. Got caught right at the end. Let's try it again. There we go. All right, and let's stack the other one on the other one, and then hopefully we can take all four at the same time. And then I'm just gonna try and grab both of these. There we go. Perfect. Tilt it back. Come up. Hey, doesn't seem too heavy. Oh, maybe. I may have spoke too soon. All right, there we go. All right, we're doing it. Heck yeah. That'll save us a little bit of time. Oh, and I fell right towards the end here. That's okay. It's like those two on the top sold off, and then with the last bottom two, there we go. Slide those off. Bam. 132,000. Let's go. All right, we got those all sold off. Now we're at 145. Heck yeah. So it does look like our harvester is full again. So we're going to go and drop this right here. Grab our other tractor and go and empty the harvester. And look at that. He is doing this field super quick compared to the other one. So that is that's nice. We might have to get to working on another field here soon. Check out our plow options now that we got the cash and see if we can't make some fields a little bit faster. Might even need to get a new seeder too, because that one over there is taking quite a while. And with this canola sold off, brings our new total to 154,000. So pretty good. Now I've got an idea with the goats, so let's go ahead and do some of that. Oh, actually, before we do that, let's go ahead and top off our greenhouse with some water. And the goats with some water, make sure they all have food and everything too. We're gonna drop a little bit in this tank, top it off, maybe. There we go. Okay, so I guess this one didn't need a whole lot. And then swing over here and make sure our goats are topped off as well. All right, their water is now topped off as well, so that helps a lot. And then we are just gonna go ahead and put the rest in this distributor right here. So before we do what I have in mind, I do wanna go ahead and put a road right here. That will connect these two as best we can. Let's see, we'll just go right about here. And then we're gonna come back with it as well. The shop area is gonna restrict us a little bit, so we might have to try and do a bit of a workaround. There we go. All right, the workaround worked. We got our little road right there. All right, I like it. And then what we're gonna do is a goat cheese factory. Now, this could be a major mistake. I've never used this before, but if this ends up working out, it also has a garage in here too, so that'll be nice. We can store some equipment. But if it ends up working out, this could be huge because I am going to end up doing another goat farm next to it. Actually, I need to move myself out of the way real quick because we are going to block it. But here's what I'm thinking. We put our goat cheese factory thing over here. Then we'll have another goat farm to the right. Thinking right about here should be good. We'll try that. We're gonna try that, see how that works. Looks like it's gonna be gravel, so let's see about actually changing things to gravel. We'll move this to gravel, change this road to gravel as well. Connect these two roads a bit, put a little bit more in the front. And I think we just go ahead and make the rest of this gravel as well. All right, there it is. Check it out, our goat cheese factory. One of you guys mentioned we should try this, so we're gonna give it a go. Again, I've never used it before, but we do need another goat like farm thing over here. So let's get one of those. Oh, real quick, we might as well make this one gravel as well. All right, that looks pretty good. I like that. So let's take a look at our new goat cheese factory here. Looks like we can load in from the front right there. Oh, can we actually go in? Oh my gosh, we can go into our goat factory. Look at all the cheeses. This thing is so cool. Let's take a look. So we can do butter, chocolate, goat milk, and goat cheese. Nice. All right, that's pretty cool. We'll have to check the prices on those and see which one pays the most. Looks like we got some mixers in here, some separators. Oh yeah, that's pretty sweet. So looks like we can add it on the front and pick it up on the back. Nice. Let's go check out our garage. All right, this is our new garage. Check it out. Looks like we have a light switch here. Oh, nice. We got some shed lights. That's pretty sweet. What do we got up here? Some more lights, pretty cool. And then something with storage. Okay, so storage is empty. All right, interesting. This thing is pretty sweet, so we can store some things up here. Maybe put a piece of equipment over here too, whatever we end up using to move the goat cheese back and forth. So yeah, this will be a lot of fun. I'm excited. So one more thing I found that was pretty interesting is this goat farm slash house slash workshop. And I think this just might be the upgrade we need. Thinking about putting it over here, maybe end up moving our silage a bit, but it's got the goat farm in the back. It would be our new house, so not too far from everything. Yeah, I really wish I could just put it like over here, but the shop area is going to restrict us, unfortunately. So we're kind of limited with that. I think we're going to put it right about here. 30K. Let's see if it's worth it or not. And then to clean it up, we're going to add some more gravel here real quick. Right about there. And probably bring this back to these doors here too. I don't know if these doors actually open up, but we're going to find out. There we go. That looks good. All right, check it out. Our first big home with the goat farm. We're going to do something with this grass right here, but yeah. Things are coming together nicely. Let's check out the house. All right, we can actually go into this. That's pretty sweet so far. We got a kitchen, some lights. Can we turn these on? Oh, maybe. All right, maybe no on the lights for now. Oh, a whole living room. Let's go. We can sleep on the couch there. That's pretty cool. And then we can even go upstairs. A little arcade. And then our wardrobe, of course, right there. Nice little office space. I like it. That's pretty sweet. This is definitely a much needed upgrade. And this garage actually opens up too. Look at that. Oh my gosh, boys. Look at this. This is what I'm talking about. This is a goat farm. Ah, you can turn the shed lights on. That's so cool. What's around here? Let's see. Okay, more doors. Nice. Looks like we can make our way out to the goats if we want to. Can we open this door? We can. All right. More lights. Nice. Okay, looks like this is where they milk the goats. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And even more to explore back here. Oh, this looks like the big shop area. This is so cool. Got the shop lights and everything. The vehicle workshop, so we can bring our vehicles in here and work on them. That's awesome. Open up the doors. Yeah, look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Looks like we can come on the outside over here too. Let's see, what do we got? Looks like the back area for them to roam. And then back on the inside of the shop here. That's pretty sweet. Oh, nice. Even this door opens up. What about this door? Does this come up? There we go. All right, well, you know what that means? We got to get some goats in here. Now, this one can hold 69, so that's a lot more. So let's do like, let's see, let's do 10 at 8 months old, and then we'll do 10 at 3 months old, and then we'll do 10 at 0 months old. So we get a little bit of mix in there. Let's check them out. Look at the baby goats in there. That is so awesome. We can even come in here. We got small ones, little baby ones right there, older ones. Oh, this is so cool. Check out the goats. Yep. This is definitely by far one of the coolest upgrades we've done. Let's go ahead and close the gate so they can't escape. There we go. And it looks like they are roaming in the back here too. So that's pretty sweet. Nice. We'll definitely have to get some more goats here soon. Maybe we can transfer some from the other place, like our other little goat area. So because this goes all the way through, I think we can actually drop our feed and water maybe here. I don't know. We'll check that out. All right. Well, as exciting as that is, we're going to get going on the goats, but we are pretty much out of money, boys. So we're going to go ahead and get this other field harvested. This one seeded. Yeah, we're going to need to get a load out because we pretty much spent all of our money. But check it out, we are coming together, or the farm is coming together real nice. All right, so real quick before we call it a night, I do want to go ahead and move the goat milk over to our goat factory. That way it gets to producing some bottled goat milk overnight, and we can see how much we make with just the 2 pallets. Just line this up real quick. Perfect. Scoop them up, and let's take them over there. They are a little heavy. Not too bad, though. All right, and I think I can just drop them off right here at the front doors. I think this is where we drop them off. Let's see. And, oh, okay, perfect. All right, yep, that's gonna work. Sweet, let's check it. Let's make sure that it is in here real quick. Looks like 1,600 liters. Yep, awesome, so it has it. We're making the bottled goat milk. And yeah, it is loud in here, that's for sure. Okay, cool, well, we got that going. Let's go ahead and call it a day. I'm really curious to see how much we end up making overnight. All right, boys, it is day 32 on the farm, and check it out. We're waking up in our new house for the first time ever. Let's see what the day has for us, because I know we've got quite a lot going on here now. So for starters, it does look like our house/goat farm did produce its first pallet, so that's exciting. The other part of the goat farm did make another pallet too, which is good. And it looks like our goat milk factory did make a good handful of pallets there. I am super excited to get those sold off. and see how much we make with those. And of course, we got some more lettuce over here, more lettuce over here as well. And it looks like these fields are growing perfectly. This is definitely super exciting. We've got a lot going on. I'm really looking forward to see how much we end up making with everything that's in place now between the greenhouses, our goat farms, our goat factory, and the harvest that's to come here soon. So if you've watched the series up to this point, I do want to say thank you and I appreciate all of you guys that did do that. But if you guys did enjoy this series and you're excited to see part 3 of it, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below so that we get notified when I do post it. With that being said, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.